if I'm going to make it. I don't know. But I still have a family to feed. They say that after you do your 40 something hours, they bring it up a notch to $18 an hour, something like that. But then if you able to maintain the amount of work that they do and blah 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 blah, and then you survive the 3 months and they bring it up at like 50 cents, something like that, so it's gonna be like $12.50. Oh my god, what did I do? My Vaseline for my lips. I used the cocoa butter. So then they says like, and once you make 6 months, something like that, it keeps, I don't know, something like that. They told me, like, I don't even know if I'm going to survive in such a work like that. So this is like a new adventure for me, a new adventure here at the Poconos. I wrote a letter to the human services at my old job in New York. They sent me a letter saying that I still have time to come back until September 14th of 2020, right? But I love my house. You guys see my house, right? So it wouldn't be fair for me to do that unless I have to, right? So it would be like if I'm not really finding shit, you know what I'm saying? Because it's so sad that in the United States, and this is what I'm telling you, and I always go politics when I talk about these things. How the fuck that happened? like where I was working, there was no job security or at any point. There was no process before terminating someone. Like if you didn't put someone's life in danger, why you terminated it for whatever reason? But that's what's happening in Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania has that, and that is a very disadvantage because the workers really, even though they're unionized, that probationary period for 6 months, whatever they have, it doesn't do shit until you really survive those 6 months. And I was 1 month before that, and then the supervisor, right, didn't help me, didn't provide any clarity or things like that, and she got rid of me, basically, right? And I noticed that it's something common here because it's not like just me happened to me. And I spoke to other coworkers, and they say that the same supervisor got rid of other people also in similar circumstances, but she was waiting for like to get rid of them. And it's like, no wonder in those type of jobs, the government jobs, the high turnover is so high. It is because, especially here in Pennsylvania, it is because they're not following what they do in New York, which is you have to follow a protocol, a process, right? You just don't fire people for whatever. In New York, they use something called the corrective action. And then, if you don't really do that, and blah, 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 then fucking fire that person. But it didn't happen like that. So, I'm a master's degree. I've applied for many jobs. For the first time, I had my first full-time job in Pennsylvania with the county of Monroe. And thanks to those fucking bitches who fired me, I don't know if my name has been labeled as like, don't fucking hire this woman. So I have done like some type of complaint in a way, like some type of appeal, but I don't know how that's gonna go because I even spoke to a lawyer, and the lawyer said that I had no case. that in the state of Pennsylvania, anyone can get fired for whatever reason. So that my reasons, even though make sense in a way for the due process of, fair job opportunity and blah, 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 does not apply here because this is a Commonwealth state. So many people said you have to change the mentality when you get hired and you don't longer bring New York into your workplace or live in a way that you think is gonna be the same way as New York. And my mentality after a year, I'm still a New Yorker, and it has not adapted because I'm used to a process that I wasn't used to before. I never experienced a termination like this, and it's been detrimental to me experiencing what I experienced. I just couldn't understand until I said, okay, I need to survive. So working on assembly line doesn't mean I'm a failure. Doesn't mean that I have not done what I'm supposed to do. Or doesn't mean I love my family and I'm willing to do whatever it takes to maintain the status quo that I came here to do so. So the answer for me is I'm doing the best I can to provide for my family, to sacrifice myself to maintain the status quo of having my own damn home. You see what I'm saying? Which it has created many conflicts within my life, right? I'm dealing with also. But in a way, it has helped me to understand and grow and change my New Yorker mentality and say, wake up, this is Pennsylvania, this is redneck town, this is the landlords don't want you here. And in a way, you gotta change your perspective of how you're gonna live your life here, or you're gonna not survive. So, people, soon I'll be starting a job at an assembly line, which I don't know what the fuck that is. I saw it. I'm gonna be with some staples. Making $12 an hour for the first time. Since the first time I started working as an assistant teacher. I never made this less. And it's good for me to experience what they call the hungry wages, something like that. Because now I'm gonna go politics with you. None of this should happen to a citizen of this kind, okay? That has contributed to the country, that has made the right choices by keeping herself in school, as they sold that to me. I keep yourself in school. I kept my butt in school. I went and got my BA, got my master's, got myself into some freaking student loan that instead of me paying for it, I can't pay. Right? And none of the politicians that are right now in office are offering a solution for this woman. You see what I'm saying? So I'm an undecided voter. I have declared myself right now that I don't know who to vote for. I don't know if I'm going to vote for the damn Democrats or for the damn Republicans. I do not know. Because none of them are representing my interests. Okay? So when I speak to the Republicans about why you guys just don't bail us, just the same way Obama bailed the freaking banks, bail the fuck the student loan, and then the injection in the economy is you guys are gonna see it. People who choose to study is not there not to work or not to do shit. They just want an opportunity to have a damn home. You see what I'm saying? So I had a home, but miles away, 108 miles away from where I wanted to live. Why? Why? You see what I'm saying? Why? Why didn't New York offer me a way to have a home that was affordable for me when I put in so much into their damn system? When I pay so much taxes since 2001 when I started working. Since then I have not stopped. You see what I'm saying? So why are you New Yorkers losing people like us when you have the opportunity to keep people like us and force us to come to places like this? I just don't get it. But let's look at the reality. I'm not complaining because still Pennsylvania offered me the chance of having a home, offered me the chance of going up the ladder of becoming a landlord, right? Supposedly, when someone becomes a landlord, it's like this big deal in the United States, right? Okay, whatever. It's good to live in your own damn home. It's cheaper. So why does New York is paying so much arrears in rent to people who was about to lose their homes, like their apartment, their rental apartment? Instead of saying, wait a minute, I'm gonna pay $40,000 in back rent when I could just give you that for you to buy a damn home? So why don't we just look again and see what the fuck is wrong with this picture, right? And say, okay, why you have arrears? Okay, because you have a student loan. You had credit card debt. This, and that. So if we eliminate your student loan, right, and then we bail you out of that, and you have $40,000 in arrears, it's best just for us to give you the opportunity to buy your damn home because it's cheaper. But no, the system is not doing that. It's paying to these landlords who are making so much money 6 months in advance, like with no future plan. What the fuck is that? That's why I'm so disillusioned. And I don't know if the Democrats will listen to what I said or whatever. I don't know if someone will listen to me because I don't have that many followers anyway. But why? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Why create a system? And this is what I'm saying about the Democrats. Why you're creating a system where people are depending upon the government and not create a system to bring people up the ladder, right? So, in Latin America during the 1920s, 30s, 40s, like during my great grandmother, great grandfather, grandmother, all these people, because they were building the cities and blah blah blah, they got a chance to live in those houses that were built by the government, and then they'll pay cheap homes and they'll bump them up the ladder, right, to get subsidized housing, and then they could own that house. And you bump them into the upper, not the upper, but the middle class somehow. You bump them because you gave them that opportunity. Maybe lower middle class, but you bump them. Why are you not bumping anybody? Why? Why is no one in the middle? And then I asked someone, why is it that it's not a third party? Why is only Democrats and Republicans? What about the middle? What about a nationalist party? Like, why I don't have that choice when I go into the poll and vote? I don't like what Bernie Sanders is saying. I don't like what Trump is saying. You know? Where's the middle? The sandwich part, the best part, the middle. Where is that candidate that is gonna say we're gonna do this, this, and that? I mean, there's an issue with mega rich people. There's an issue with super poor people. It's either or. In the United States, you're either stinky rich or stinky poor. Because if you're poor, you get so much shit. And if even your ¿cómo se dice eso? Fridge is full. They give you a bunch of food stamps, you know? A middle class, my damn fridge is half empty. The fuck is that? The fuck? I mean, I went from talking about cream, which I love, to this subject here that I just don't think what's going on with me. It's just me happening. And somebody gotta tell me this. Do you feel the same way I feel? Because this is a time of revolution. There's something changed in this nation. That they have to change their ways of how they do politics. You can't go to the one pole to the next. I mean, I don't believe old times were better. They were worse because there was segregation, there was slavery, and so much shit. So as we go, we fix our problems, right? You know, some people say, oh, global warming is a hoax. Other people say, yes, it's real. Yes, it's happening. I do feel that something's wrong with the weather. Because when I arrived here in 91, it got hotter than when I'm here. But now that I live in the mountains, this was so crazy. I don't even know. What the fuck? You know, so, but then the landers said, no, this has never been this hot before. So, I don't know. Anyway, my point is this. I don't like what is happening with the Democrats at all. They're becoming the Romans again. I don't know. They're just too much. They're just too much. They want to impose shit on people that want to follow traditions like me. But I know the world has to change in a way, right? There's places like Pennsylvania who refuses to change. So I don't know. It's amazing to see this, you know? Because I believe Pennsylvania and Florida has always been like swing states. Sometimes they did, sometimes they didn't, so I don't know. Amazon. Why build your, biggest factory, whatever you call it, considering New York? Why? New York doesn't need jobs. Pennsylvania does. I mean, there's an Amazon in Bethlehem, but we need one here in Henryville. Like, there's manpower here. What the fuck, Why are you having all these countries and cities, fighting over? I understand that part. I mean, even Bill Marx said it. I just don't get it. I don't want to go to this assembly line at all. But because I had to survive somehow here, and I love my family, and I want to provide for them, I'm willing to sacrifice and leave behind everything that I have made myself right now. And I cannot believe someone that has studied so much and dedicated so much their time, money, and contributing to this country that has been treated as a second-class citizen. I just can't believe this. But I'm gonna calm down. I'm going to calm down. I'm gonna be patient, because the Lord has teach me that. I'm gonna be patient. Very patient. But this nation needs to evolve in a way to distribute the wealth equally, or at least in a way that everybody gets a piece of that fucking cake. Because I feel that they're just taking my cake and not even have a chance to eat it. I just feel like that. This is Paola Harris, La Mona Maja, from Pocono, Pennsylvania. Updates in our life. Thank you.